his introductions almost there. McCullough capturing the championship as he did in Nagoya against the local hero, a man's backyard, was a tremendous feat. I mean, it ranks not only alongside Bruno and Ben's feats this year, perhaps even a little bit ahead of them, because he won the world title where it was most difficult to win. Tremendous performance. So Johnny Bredahl now also unbeaten, but the super flyweight he won that at 8 stone 3, and this is at 8 stone 6. McCullough, one of the most colourful boxers now at any weight, really. Throws, Jim Rosenthal was saying, so many punches, sort of a windmill quickness, and he's just developing now that professional skills as he goes along. Doesn't get hit quite so easily as he did at the start of his career. He knows how to hit and hop it, Johnny Bredahl. We've seen quite a bit of him, really. He's beaten a few British fighters. Last time up, we had a 22nd win, but that was a total mismatch, so we can write that one off.
Well, McCullough likes to throw a lot of punches, as you said, Red, but that's very difficult against a man who won't stay at peace for a second. So it's possible it could take McCullough a couple of rounds just to get close to this fellow.
First time out of Scandinavia for Bredahl. Now I wonder how he'll react to the atmosphere. Well, he's cleverly moving, getting on his bike right from the start there. And his speed, he could pull it a tandem, really. McCullough really enjoys his boxing. Well, those almost rags to riches stories, isn't it, with Wayne McCullough now got a nice home in Las Vegas where he may even stay domiciled, we don't know yet. He's just pinching the puncher to the Dane though, Jim, isn't he?
Yes, this is what you'd expect, and I'm sure Wayne McCullough's expecting exactly the same thing. He's going to find it difficult to get close, especially the first couple of rounds. And Bredahl is certainly picking him with the jab, landing slightly more punches. Although McCullough now looking the more positive.
He's not known, Bredahl, as certainly the greatest puncher at his weight. Only 9 out of 26 stoppages or KOs. He and his brother, actually, Jimmy, were world champions at the same time, which is a bit of a record.
McCullough's getting nice and close. He's finding it difficult just to get his punches off in the first round here, but he's getting close. He's getting his feet up close, and that's the main thing, really.
Yeah, he'll trot him down. He's trying to cut the corners here now. He's walking on to the right hand. Second round then. And, well, the unlikely event, in my opinion, of going 12. We've got French, Italian, and American judges, and Mexican referee. But no matter about the quality of opposition or the difference in weights with Bredahl, to be unbeaten, you can't knock that.
The jab is definitely going to be the biggest problem for McCullough. McCullough standing off just a little bit at the beginning of the second round. He can't afford to do that. That's an accurate and it's a quick jab, and as soon as it's been thrown, Bredahl is backing right out of there.
He won't slow down Bredahl unless he's getting hit, Jim.
Now Wayne has to concentrate on getting his feet up a little bit closer so that he can throw bunches of punches. From a distance, he'll only throw one, and Bredahl will be out of range. See, you saw that there. A single lead is no good against this fellow. He's going to have to spend the first couple of rounds getting his feet a little bit closer so that he can let punches go. Miss with the first couple, but land with the next couple.
No, McCullough, you can bet he's studied some tapes of Bredahl in action. Very thorough in everything he does, actually.
See, Bredahl's just popping with the jab, but then that little right hand coming down. But the main thing is he's making McCullough miss. So I suppose when punches landed, he's looking just to steal the first couple of rounds without any heroics.
This referee trying to keep clear of it all and almost out of the picture. Look, he nearly got trapped by that one. Big fella moving around with these bantamweights.
Maybe an idea for McCullough to work the body for a couple of rounds. The head is very, very shifty, and this fellow's very quick. So go for the body. They can't get the body. That's a good shot from McCullough. Whenever he pins him, he has to get the punches flowing.
He's just stalking them with the hunter looking for the prey there.
Well, this is really the start that we expected, and nothing alarming. The fact that McCullough hasn't pinned him down yet. See, there you go to the body. Now, finally, McCullough getting close.
Yeah, it started to reach him now, trying to bring those hands down and slow the legs down, really. He's a gutsy enough, Bredahl. Saw him quite a bit as an amateur. Rounds 3. So the chase resumed here. Smart boxing by the Dane, no question. That was the only way he could do. He can't stand and trade right away with this fellow. The amount of punches he throws if he can get to you. I think this is the first sort of shadow that he's ever had to try and catch.
See, this is the worst kind of opponent for McCullough, because he likes to set a rhythm and let the punches flow, and you can't do that against a fellow who's just flying all over the place.
He's almost having to run across him to cut the ring size down there, isn't he, Jim, the champion?
Yeah, but he's getting that little bit closer. He finished the second half of the second round. He started cutting the range down.
Yeah, he's beginning to sniff it a little bit now that he's getting nearer. Right, if that right-hander connected, who knows?
Yeah, he's beginning to intimidate Bredahl a little bit more now.
And he's walking onto the right hand. He's going clockwise.
Yeah, McCullough will be quite happy the way things are going in this round. See, Bredahl always wants to clinch when they're up close. He just wants to get on his bike and pop from long range, but he can't do that for 12 rounds.
He's obviously done it for 26 fights, Jim, but not against this calibre of opposition.
I mean, we have to give him full credit, Reg. He's a class act. He's undefeated, and you could see at the start, before the fight began, he wasn't intimidated. He never took his eyes off McCullough, and he's doing exactly as he planned to do. Just keep on the move. But McCullough getting that little bit closer now.
Just the volume of punches that McCullough sinks in there and slows opponents down. He certainly outfought the Japanese. First word we've had from the Mexican referee.
The main thing is McCullough is pressurising Bredahl, not allowing him to set his own pace. That in itself will take some of the steam out of him.
One of the stiffest jabs he's did now. Just trying to get the range. The old-fashioned 1-2, the left hand lead and the right hand cross there by McCullough. And the last 10 seconds then of round 3. Fourth round. And now it looks as though the Irish champion now just closing down all the time on Bredahl, but he's still a smart mover. It's going to take more punishing punches, I think, from McCullough to really slow this fellow down. He won the championship at Superfly against a Mexican. but he's always had the home advantages. And there's we got it level there. Jim Watt's unofficial. So those pecking punches counting early on there for Johnny Bredahl. I think it's the only bantamweight of his kind in the world, the Danger, that's got this sort of perpetual movement the whole time. I can't think of anybody else that boxes like him, except his brother.
Yeah, and I think he's exaggerating it tonight because he knows he can't trade with McCullough. He has to keep on the move and pop. I mean, his punches are not of the highest quality, but he's popping again with the jab, and McCullough hasn't really picked up where he left off at the end of the third. He's just standing off. So this is better. He has to get close. He's been standing off for the first minute of this round, and that's allowing Bredahl to pop away with the jab. He has to get right on top of this fellow.
Keeps his head so high, doesn't he, Bredahl? But in other words, he uses the height to his advantage, really. If he starts stooping, he'll get caught a lot easier.
McCullough standing off a little bit too much here, Reggie. He's allowing Bredahl to dictate the pace here, and that's the last thing. He has to really put him under pressure as he was doing in the third round.
Got his own jab going there, McCullough. It's difficult to outreach him, yeah, try. He won't be able to.
I don't think jab's a punch here. He has to get his feet a little bit closer and let punches flow like he's doing here. Just get his feet a little bit closer, but he's been standing off too much in this round.
See how he shook his head then, Jim McCullough, was he's looking down at us almost there above the commentary position when he'd missed with a punch. He didn't like that.
A little sign of frustration, but that's the last thing you want, because that's this fellow's game. He's trying to frustrate you, make you become a little bit ragged. But McCullough, not the same pressure here as we saw in the third round.
Oh, that's the best right hand he's landed so far. 10 seconds now, the end of the round.
Just think it's a little bit too late in the round here.
And we're into round 5 then of this WBC Bantamweight Championship of the World. 8 stone 6 or 53 kilo, and the defending champion. First defense then for Wayne McCullough of Belfast. He's traveled all around the world now. He's really done his apprenticeship in the pro ring, this fellow. Japan, Las Vegas, Atlantic City, Omaha, California, Philadelphia. He's done it all, New York State.
Wayne still just standing off a little bit too far. He's trying to box his way in. I think he wants to think about getting his feet closer and just let punches flow. You don't want to trade single jabs with this fellow.
At this stage of the fight, it's no use McCullough thinking, well, come on, stand still, I want to hit you. I mean, this fella's come to survive and win if he can.
Yeah, and McCullough is allowing Bredahl to work at his own pace. Bredahl is quite happy with this pace. He's got room to move. McCullough is standing off, so he's getting a chance to pop. But these punches are not really quality punches. But unless McCullough is coming back with better, he's going to be losing the rounds.
That's what he wants to do, bury those punches in close. And just a little warning from the ref to Bredahl, don't hold on, but you can't say I blame him.
Well, that's Bredahl's plan, work along. There's a good right hand from McCullough.
Oh, they saw that one at the back of the hall. Bredahl was the only one who didn't see that coming.
They took it well, and McCullough not able to follow it up.
Crowd getting right behind McCullough now. Every time he lands a telling sort of a blow, they raise their voice, obviously. But it's going more or less as we thought, Jim, didn't it? That He would have trouble finding this fellow.
Yep, you don't expect McCullough his best work to be in the first half of the fight, but he must keep this fellow under pressure and draw some of the steam out of him. This is what he must do. Keep that, stay right on him. This is exactly what's required here.
That's the best burst of punches that he's had. That's quite a salvo, that lot.
He must stay there.
Not necessarily a one-punch hitter, McCullough. It's the amount of punches, the accumulation that counts with him. Well, that was certainly round 6. Now is McCullough going to carry on where he left off in the 5th?
I think McCullough really has to take a few more chances. He's trying to box his way into this fella, and it's not very easy. So he's just going to have to take some chances, maybe get caught as he moves in, but get the punches flowing and just out-punch this fellow, outwork him.
Well, he's got quite a think tank in his corner there with the Americans, Wayne McCullough. So if they can't tell him, nobody can. But then he thinks his own fight as well. He studies the game. But there was the chance that you were talking about there, Jim. He took a left hook there, but still marched forward.
Well, this is what he has to do. If he has to take a punch to get in, then fair enough. Just make sure he throws 3 or 4 once he gets there. Can't box this fellow from the outside.
Well, there's the unofficial again. As I say, there's judges from France, Italy, Texas may not agree with that, but that's how Jim's got it so far.
You don't have to like what Bredahl's doing to say in a couple of the rounds he's been effective. McCullough's certainly getting closer now. McCullough wants to get his hands up a little bit more too.
Yeah, he's trying to feint his way in a little bit there, and he try and make Bredahl lead to him.
This is better pressure now from McCullough. McCullough has been leaving it to the last minute of the round, which is not a good idea, but he's picked the pace up right from the start here. Yes, this is far better work from McCullough now. No, that's not enough.
No, quite rightly there, the referee slipped there. He's trod on the hand of a judge, actually. Now Bredahl knows that he's got to take some stick there. He can't get away from all of this. He's pounding into the ribs, McCullough.
Yeah, this is far better stuff now from Wayne McCullough. This is what we expect to see. Just total commitment.
He won't be denied though today, will he, Jim?
Well, as we said, Reg, he's unbeaten. He's a former world champion who didn't lose his title. This is where McCullough takes over. Use his strength.
He gets easily rattled in the corner there though, Bredahl. Oh yeah, he's piling in. He's really taking over. See, now he's got that much closer to what he's been looking for.
I tell you though, Bredahl a lot grittier than some people think.
Round 7. Just a reminder then, WBC version, Bantamweight Championship of the World, and the Irishman, Wayne McCullough, first defence, having won it, well, supposedly with a split decision in Nagoya against the local hero. And in fact, the 2 American judges made him a clear winner, and only the Korean was sitting on the fence with a draw. So there's Jim's card again now, 1 up for McCullough. American judges, Jim, and there's only 1 in the 3 here. They do go on aggression a lot. The man who's going forward, don't they? Maybe they've got McCullough up just to 2 rounds.
I'm being kind a bit to Bredahl for the punches landed in the first couple of rounds. When he was making McCullough miss, McCullough wasn't coming back with decent punches, and he was being picked off. Not quality jabs, but still scoring punches. But I think McCullough will be pretty happy being even slightly in front at the halfway stage.
Oh, he led with the right hand, got away with it. Not supposed to do that, it's called it with a textbook. But if you're good enough, you can do it.
See, it's constant pressure now from McCullough. This is what we expected, and this is what we're now getting. A gritty performance, Reg.
Oh, absolutely gritty stuff. He must have trained hard for this one, Bredahl.
Well, we spoke about Bredahl being a non-puncher, but you normally find the non-punchers are in the peak of condition because they have to be. They know fights are going to go the 12 rounds, and that's the case here. But McCullough really looking impressive now.
Almost like an irritating gnat, isn't he, the way he moves around there, Bredahl, flicking out punches. Well, the crowd is sensing it, but McCullough's still got to prove it.
Well, no signs of weakness or flagging in Bredahl's work. The pressure beginning to get to him a little bit, but he's still coping with it well, although McCullough certainly moved into the driver's seat.
Defiant though, Johnny Bredahl. He's got a bit of the champion's heart there.
See, McCullough, when he misses with a punch, he must follow up on it because he'll catch him with the next one or the next one again.
Round 8. And there's certainly some pace, and McCullough has had to chase this challenger all the way around. He pulls his head back there slightly as he gets hit, and takes a little bit of sting out of some of those McCullough punches.
It's a good left hook there from McCullough, bang on the chin, but Bredahl took it well. And a triple jab from McCullough. Now that's the plan. Single punches are no good against this fellow.
Couple of points in it, and well, that's the way I see it as well. I don't often disagree with Jim's card. Now and again we have a lover's tip, but not much.
McCullough still finding it difficult to get the powerful punches home. So he's doing the next best thing. He's outworking the challenger. Just keeping him under pressure and trying to outwork him.
Trying to move both ways now, Bredahl. He's been going to his own left onto McCullough's right. Now you see that he's gone back again the other way. That's about time. I wondered if he'd change that tactic.
Bredahl just a little bit negative for too much of the time now. I mean, if he would step in behind his jab now and again, he'd maybe give himself a better chance. But he's always moving back, so his punches have no power whatsoever.
He's going to warn him about touching the ropes there, I think.
Bredahl, no answer.
Oh no, I don't believe that one.
Terrible.
No, he was not entitled to stop it at that point, the Mexican referee. In the 8th round, nothing like controversy in the fight game. But Jim, I mean, I know he's taking the punches and we're not, but you have, so you know what it's about.
That was a terrible decision, Reg. I mean, look at Bredahl. He's as clear as a bell. He's been pinned on the ropes before. He doesn't trade with. What's the point trading with McCullough? He knows he can't do it, so he covers up, lets McCullough for the burst. Then he goes back on his bike again. That's a terrible decision from the referee. Delighted for Wayne McCullough, but he was going to keep his title anyway. He was in the driver's seat, he was staying there. But that was a terrible decision, I feel, from the referee.
I'm always one of those people who thought, well, compassionate ends, and sooner rather than later. Obviously, I'm on the referee's side when they stop it, but there didn't seem any real reason for that. As you say, Jim, it was inevitable at that stage, surely.
A time of 1 minute 55 seconds in round number 8. A referee in charge stops the contest. The winner by way of technical knockout, still undefeated and still the WBC bantamweight champion of the world, the Pocket Rocket, Wayne McCullough.
fast as Bredahl. First of all, you were going to win that fight, but should it really have been stopped at that stage?
Well, I wanted to knock the guy clean out, but the referee told him about 30 seconds before he ended the fight, he told him to fight, and he didn't fight, and he just kept running. So the referee was going to stop it. I knew he was going to stop it. He told him to fight, and he wouldn't fight.
Well, you certainly caught up with him.
Bredahl told me after the fight that he wanted to survive the distance. I told him the referee wanted him to try and win, but he didn't want to do that.
Okay, now, he gave you a few problems in catching up with him early on, and then you tracked him down.
It took me a few rounds to get into the body. I was trying to work the body in. I was actually just getting warmed up in the 7th, 8th round. I was starting to get to him, starting to give him punches more solid, and as I say, I wanted him being more impressive and stop the guy, but...
This is the end.
But the guy didn't want to win, he just wanted to run, Luke. Didn't want to win.
He's a light puncher, actually, so he was never really going to hurt you tonight, but you don't worry about defence, do you?
Well, I'm trying to, if you see, I'm tipping my head more and trying to hit up here, because the guy will break his hand on top of my head, and I won't get knocked out. You'll get knocked out if you get hit in the chin. So that's what we're learning, to keep my head down and hit the crown of the head.
Pleased with your performance tonight?
Pleased, but could be better, but I didn't expect Bredahl to run as bad as he did. But he didn't want to win, and I just wanted the hometown fans to get a good fight.
Okay, here's your manager, Matt Tinley. What's next? There's talk about Dublin in February and maybe moving up a weight to Daniel Zaragoza, the new WBC Super Bantamweight champion.
Well, we're talking to Zaragoza. We're going to fight in Dublin, probably in February here on ITV. We're really pleased about that. There's a couple opponents under consideration, perhaps Jose Luis Bueno, former world champion, very hard puncher, won 4-round knockout tonight.
Okay, we're delighted to have him on ITV. Well done, lads.